The Atlantic hurricane season of 2024 will be etched in memory, not for its duration, but for its sheer, brutal power. This year, we've witnessed a record-breaking number of major hurricanes, each leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. Coastal communities from the Gulf Coast to the eastern seaboard have been battered by relentless winds, torrential rains, and catastrophic flooding. The human toll, though still being tallied, is undeniably staggering, a grim testament to nature's fury. The 2024 season has been relentless, a seemingly unending barrage of storms that have pushed our disaster response capabilities to their absolute limit. From the Carolinas to Texas, communities are picking up the pieces, the recovery process hampered by the sheer scale of the destruction. The economic impact is also substantial, with billions of dollars in damages to homes, businesses, and infrastructure. The ferocity of this hurricane season has left many questioning if this is the new normal. Is this a taste of what's to come as our climate continues to warm? The science, unfortunately, suggests that it might be. Warmer ocean temperatures, rising sea levels, and shifting atmospheric patterns all contribute to the formation of more intense and destructive hurricanes. As we grapple with the aftermath of this historic hurricane season, one thing is clear: we can no longer afford to be complacent. The time for action is now. We must invest in resilient infrastructure, strengthen our early warning systems, and work together to mitigate the impacts of climate change. The future of our coastal communities depends on it. The 2024 hurricane season didn't break records by chance. It was a confluence of several meteorological factors, creating a perfect storm, quite literally. Warmer than average Atlantic Ocean temperatures provided ample fuel for hurricane development. The absence of El Niño, a climate pattern that typically suppresses hurricane activity in the Atlantic, allowed storms to develop and intensify unimpeded. Another crucial factor was the presence of a strong West African monsoon, which led to the formation of more vigorous tropical waves off the coast of Africa. These waves serve as the seedlings for hurricanes, and this year, they were particularly robust. Add to this a more favorable pattern of upper-level winds over the Atlantic, which allowed storms to maintain their structure and intensity, and you have all the ingredients for a hyperactive hurricane season. While individual hurricanes are still difficult to predict with certainty weeks or months in advance, seasonal forecasts had hinted at an above-average year. However, the sheer intensity and rapid intensification of many of this year's storms took even seasoned meteorologists by surprise. This underscores the complexity of hurricane forecasting and the challenges we face in a changing climate. Understanding the factors that contribute to these extreme hurricane seasons is crucial for improving our forecasting models and preparing for the future. As our climate continues to change, we can expect to see more seasons like this, pushing the boundaries of what we previously considered normal. The true cost of this hurricane season is best understood through the eyes of those who lived through it. In the small coastal town of Port Serenity, Florida, Emily Johnson, a single mother of two, watched in horror as Hurricane Leviathan tore through her community. Her home, a place of love and laughter for years, was reduced to rubble, her life's work washed away in a matter of hours. Further north, in the bustling city of Charleston, South Carolina, John Thompson, a retired firefighter, found himself leading his neighbors to safety as Hurricane Orion unleashed its fury. The storm surge, exceeding all previous records, inundated the historic city, leaving behind a trail of destruction and despair. These stories, though heartbreaking, are not unique. They are repeated thousands of times over across the affected areas, each one a stark reminder of the human toll of these natural disasters. The loss of homes, businesses, and livelihoods is devastating, but the emotional scars run even deeper. The resilience of the human spirit, however, shines through even in the darkest of times. Communities have come together, offering support, sharing resources, and rebuilding their lives brick by brick. The road to recovery will be long and arduous, but the unwavering spirit of those affected offers a beacon of hope amidst the devastation. Section 4. Climate Change, Fueling the Fury. The frequency and intensity of this year's hurricanes have reignited the debate about the role of climate change in fueling these extreme weather events. While it's impossible to attribute any single hurricane solely to climate change, the scientific consensus is clear. A warming climate is creating conditions that make these powerful storms more likely to occur. Warmer ocean temperatures provide more energy for hurricanes to form and intensify. As the atmosphere warms, it holds more moisture, leading to heavier rainfall and increased flooding during hurricanes. Rising sea levels exacerbate storm surge, pushing more water inland and causing even greater damage. While the debate about the extent to which climate change contributes to individual hurricane events continues, the overall trend is undeniable. The scientific community is in agreement. We can expect to see more frequent and intense hurricanes in the years to come as our planet continues to warm. This understanding is critical for policymakers and community leaders as they grapple with the challenges of preparing for and mitigating the impacts of these increasingly devastating storms. The time for debate is over. The time for action is now. Section 5. Bracing for the future, preparedness and prevention in a changing world. As we face a future with more frequent and intense hurricanes, the need for preparedness and prevention has never been greater. We can no longer afford to be reactive. We must adopt a proactive approach that prioritizes resilience and sustainability. Investing in resilient infrastructure is crucial. This includes strengthening building codes, hardening critical infrastructure such as power grids and hospitals, and restoring natural coastal barriers like dunes and wetlands that can help buffer against storm surge. Improving early warning systems is also essential. This includes investing in more advanced forecasting models, enhancing communication channels to ensure timely and accurate warnings reach the public, and educating communities about evacuation routes and preparedness measures. Finally, we must address the root cause of climate change by reducing greenhouse gas emissions. This requires a global effort to transition to cleaner energy sources, promote energy efficiency, and invest in sustainable practices. The challenges ahead are significant, but they are not insurmountable. By embracing a forward-thinking approach that prioritizes preparedness, prevention, and sustainability, we can create a safer and more resilient future for ourselves and generations to come.